So we will be painting watercolor florals today, which is one of my favorite things to do. But I wanted to share with you guys 3 tips of my favorite techniques really for watercolor florals, just making them nice and loose and pretty. And we'll be doing a very joyful bouquet today. It's simple, anyone can do it. It's going to be hopefully this experience that helps relax you. So let's get to painting. Okay, spraying down that palette as we do. And I have my sketchbook here. I've got my little clips to make sure that everything stays flat, my water, and then my brush collection and a pencil. So a couple tips today. The first one for these florals that is really important to get that bouquet shape right is to use a pencil. And just not even to get it right, but just to keep it in that shape that you want. And I want to keep a lot of white space. So I'm just going to kind of put little C-curve shapes over here, because maybe just like a little bit of a penciling sketch area. I just want the bouquet to kind of have this shape. So I am actually holding this really loosely, and I just want to be aware of where these marks are so that I can kind of follow that pattern. It's not like you have to keep to it, but I'm one that tends to fill the entire page, and that's not what I'm trying to do today. So I am using the brushes in my collection, at least some of them. We're going to go with that number 12 filbert. Use the filbert that you have. If you don't have a filbert, use just a large round brush. And if you use the side of the brush as you're kind of painting like this versus like this, you're going to get more of those rounded shapes. So whatever colors are on your palette, they're great to use. Just really watery mixes, really gushy paint. And let's just get to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and swoop in with my filbert towards the middle, as I usually do, to add in really swoopy shapes. I can even swirl in another color. This is just going to be really loose, relaxing. Don't try to copy me, as I always say. The idea of it is great, but you can, let's do some little thin marks here. You can put it together however you want to put it together. So that is our beautiful large floral. I'm going to take my number 6 round. I'm actually going to do a little wet on wet now. So that's my next tip for these florals is to paint wet on wet so that you can save some time. This is kind of a lazy way to paint. And I'm just saying that because it's going to be quicker and it's going to be beautiful too. Now take some pink. I do dab on the paper towel for that second layer because otherwise I'll get too much paint. I'm just going to swoop in some color. Okay, just a little bit, and let that just start to dry. It's going to be so pretty. Last but not least, I'm going to have a clean and damp brush. I just use my paper towel, and I'm going to use a very concentrated version of dark and poke that in. And because I used really thick paint, it's not going to spread much. I didn't use a lot of liquid. It's just going to kind of sit there. All right, so let's do some more of these loose florals. I've got this orange, kind of pink orange on my palette. I'm just grabbing colors. Use what you love. Use what you have. Let's do another floral about right here. And again, I'm being very aware of the pencil line there. Now, you might not want to have really intense pencil lines like I have, because it's really hard to erase once the paint is on there. So you can go ahead and erase, before you're putting this down if you'd like. Or you can just embrace pencil lines. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm grabbing this purpley kind of mauve-y color and making another flower here. So swooping those petals, swoop, swoop, swoop. And then just a swipe at the bottom for a little tiny petal. And put these together. So before things are dry, we're going to do that same wet on wet technique, just grabbing a little bit more of that color, dabbing, and see if this shows up. Now let's go a little bit darker. Dabbing, and then just poking in that color to just create some pizzazz. And this is pretty dry over here, so you can also put some paint on there even though it's drier. This is starting to dry so fast. I'm just going to grab a little bit of pink, dab that brush, and a little bit of that wet on wet. Now this is not 100% cotton paper. In fact, it might just be pulp. It might not have any cotton, I'm not really sure. But that's okay. You can use any type of paint and paper and brushes that you have. I always encourage you to use what you've got. You can also lift some color with a clean, damp brush if you feel like there's too much pooling. So just have fun with this. We're kind of getting into that space where we're kind of leaving some of that white space over here because we've got the pencil. It's just reminding me to back off, don't fill the entire page, because that's just my intention today. There's nothing wrong with filling the page, it's just I don't want to do it today. All right, we've got some orange. We're going to do a side facing over here. So with this, you just kind of twist and turn the brush and get some really nice swoopy petals going on there. And let's see, we'll grab some yellow, a little bit of yellow over here. And then, you know, we can go outside these lines. There's nothing wrong with that. But with the green and stuff, but I'm just trying to kind of keep it to a certain space. Otherwise I go overboard. So it's just kind of fun to try new things and see what works for you. This filbert is getting a lot of use today. All right, going with that number 6 again, just more concentrated paint dabbing. And then, you know, adding in a little bit if you feel like you want to do that. Dabbing, a little bit of that orangey yellow together. And then this one here is really pretty. I'm just going to grab some of this red. Dabbing, adding some of that in with this smaller brush. So kind of take a look at your painting. How are you feeling so far? I'm going to take that tiny, tiny filbert. How are you feeling? How are things looking for you? Just do some really light ones too, I think. That'll be cute. Just kind of filler flowers. Filling it in, little tiny marks. Of course, we will be using our greens for leaves too, so you can use or reserve some space for that. And then a tiny one right here above the pencil line, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to switch over to my number 1 quill. It's got a really great point and holds a lot of paint. And so we'll go over to our greens, our green section here. And I've got a beautiful sunny bright green that I'm going to start, you know, kind of just pressing down, adding in some shapes, some greenery. Things can definitely, you know, poke out of our line. But just playing around with filling in that space with different shades of green. I've got a very dark green here. If you don't have dark green, I always say add some nice dark blue to it if you'd like, or some black if you want. Little C curve shape. Let's do these leaves. And as you're doing this, keep paying attention to how you're feeling. If there's any feelings that come up for you. This is art, and sometimes, you know, we're feeling really tired, and sometimes we're feeling really excited about our art, and sometimes we're disappointed by how things turn out. So just be aware of that, and just accept that those feelings are part of creating. And maybe it's something that you need to journal about later, or process further, or have a conversation about. But yes, art definitely does make us go there sometimes. So see, I'm just pressing, I kind of twist and turn the brush so that that point is pointing in towards that center of the bouquet. And then the belly is pointing out, and that's where the leaf, the rounded leaf, is going to show up. I'm actually going to take some of my sap green now, and I even like to just press a few leaf shapes in between flowers too, just to fill out that space, and just keep going and playing. Sometimes I like to do some more of those deeply saturated colors. Sometimes I like to go lighter, and sometimes we can just kind of dab the brush into a leaf shape and create our marks. Very loose and very fun. So how's your painting coming along? Just kind of tuning into that. Sometimes you just need to take a break. Sometimes you're starting to feel frustrated. I'm actually going to hold this brush really loosely and just kind of make some really cool little marks. Little grasses or whatever you want to call them. But I try to just kind of get that sketchiness. You can see because of this really pointed tip, you can get some thin marks. Using more pressure, get some thicker marks too. I was going to add some stems at the bottom, but I think I really like how it's shaping right now, so I'm not going to even do that. So just take your brush and press it, filling in some leaves, filling in some white space if you'd like. I do think I like the shape that's coming out. That's good. And so sometimes you can just kind of go like this, fill in some lines and spaces. We're making this very loose and playful. You can even put in some other types of green in between what you've put down already. Let's see, let's put a little bit over here. And then, of course, let's clean the brush, grabbing the number 6. I'm going to dab it on that paper towel. I'm just going to add in a stem here. And a little bit of some green to connect. This one could use a stem too. And that one, and that one. And maybe over there, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna dry this. Let's see, shall I dry it? You know what, actually, I'm gonna put in a center here. So that number 6 round. Let's see, let's go with green, a very nice concentrated amount of sap. So I'm just stippling with my brush here. And this spread everywhere, and that's okay. I'm just gonna make it a little bigger. And then over here, I need a center also. And this one, I'm gonna add a little bit of green around that dark. So you can make this pretty big if you want. I like to just make it pretty messy and asymmetrical. So it's, not too perfect. Cleaning my brush, taking some of the dark navy color here, putting a little bit of darkness in the middle, a little bit of that over there too. And then another detail I love to do is just to add in a few stems where the greenery is. So grab whatever green you want, dab it, and really light pressure, start to create these little lines for the stems. And if you are liking this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and also share it with your friends if you like. So other people, as you hit the like button, it lets the algorithm know this is a fun video and that people should check it out. So thank you. I appreciate it. I've got some really light pink flowers. I actually want to add one right here because I feel like we're kind of surrounding this with pink, and I'm just going to use this number 6 round. Now, I kind of muddied it up a little bit with the green on the brush, but we're just going to take a light version of that. And then just some little quick marks for a flower. I've got some green spreading, so I'm just going to grab it and dab it on my paper towel. Just a little bit right there. Okay, so I do want to put some splatter. We're just going to go with this small brush here, and we're just going to go like this. So another secret of painting flowers for me is just to not belabor the details. And if you think that your painting is done, you're kind of wondering, you're probably done. It's probably time. I do realize I forgot a center right here. And then, of course, always adding splatter to create that whimsical context. I'm going to put a little bit of a center on these. Just the splatter kind of makes it look like there's pollen floating in the air, or just, it gives a magical look, in my opinion, and I love it. So we are going to keep it just super loosey-goosey like this. Not even going to add more layers. This is more of a lazy painting, just quick. Get some painting in, and then go and do the rest of your day. Boop, boop, boop. Well, thanks for painting with me today. I want to let you know that I've really enjoyed your support on this channel, And I thank you so much for being here. I hope that you learn and grow and really focus in on that self-care piece so that you take a little bit of time every day just to do this relaxing ritual that helps you prepare for the rest of your day, maybe at night when you unwind as well. It's so important to be able to do those things and then find that internal peace as well. I do not have a free class tomorrow, but next week I will. So stay tuned on social media. I thank you guys so much for being here. And if you don't know what to watch next, here's a suggestion for you. Happy painting and happy mental health.